All right, everyone. Hope you're doing well. This is Michael from Hummingbot. The topic this week is Hummingbot Gateway. This is a new version of Gateway that helps you connect to DEXs and run automated strategies on them. Let me just quickly show you how to get set up with both Gateway and with Hummingbot. I already have it here, but basically what you want to is be in a position where Gateway is running like this in encrypted mode, and you see a Gateway Online badge over here. I'm running from source, and for the time being, I recommend running Gateway from source if you're running the new version, because it's constantly changing. Docker will be the preferred method later on. For Gateway, first you may want to have to install pnpm. Pnpm is good because it's basically a package manager, very similar to npm, but it does a better job at resolving dependencies where there's like a shared dependency between two libraries. Now that you've installed pnpm, let's go ahead and run pnpm install. What this will do is now it's going to download and install all the node library dependencies. So now see, it's pretty fast now. Once you've installed the libraries, you should go ahead and then build the project. So you can run npm build or npm run build. It doesn't really matter. You're kind of running the same command here, which is basically this build command. So this build command will compile the TypeScript into JavaScript. Now, once you've done that, the final thing you want to do is run the gateway setup command. This setup command will do two things. It will copy over your certs. So to do that, that's basically how you link your Hummingbot into Gateway. In Hummingbot, there's a generate certs command like this. And then you can define a passphrase. So I'm going to use A for this because that's what I always use. And then this will generate certs files in this in the folder that you stored Hummingbot. Now over here, when you do the run gateway setup, you can say I want to copy over the client certs, and then you just need to pass it that same directory. So I'll say users/fang/Hummingbot. This other thing that we did was we copied over the sample configurations from the templates directory into our conf directory, and we copied over the default token lists for each chain into the conf directory. So once you've kind of run Gateway, run the setup command, compiled and built, now we can run Gateway itself by running pnpm start and with our passphrase. So this passphrase should be the same one you used when you generated the certs, and that's what ties the certs process together. So I use A when I generated these certs. So I will put the same password here, and that will start. So note that I'm running in secured mode behind HTTPS endpoints, and over here now this says Gateway Online. So now that we're connected, now let's take a look at the documentation to see what Gateway actually looks like. To do that, you can just go to localhost 1588 in the docs. So for example, we can look at the system endpoint. It shows you the configurations for a certain chain or connector. So this basically just fetches what's inside the config file for each chain, but you can also change them as well. So for example, if I wanted to update a value, you can plug in like Solana.priority fee multiplier, and you can change it, and it will actually change the value that we have here. So for example, we did this. Actually, we can go ahead and try it. Yep. So that changed this to 3. The pools are important because, for instance, for Raydium, there may be multiple Ray-Sol AMM pools because there's different feed tiers. There's also different bin steps and other things like that. What we allow you to do is, in most of the routes here, you can define the pool address, or if you don't define the pool address, Gateway will try to resolve the pool by looking in the config file. In the future, we actually might add a pool lookup feature to make this even better. So let's do this. We try this one here. Is this Sol USDC pool in Raydium CLMM. Similarly, I'll find a pool for Uniswap. For AMM, let's look at the base pool. Yes, this one here. The first things first, before you running Gateway with Hummingbot together, I just want to make sure I can just run Gateway on its own. And so I just want to make sure I can just hit the endpoints in Swagger. So I'll go to localhost 15888. The config endpoints work. There's also these connectors endpoints tell you each connector, the trading types it supports, the chain that it lives on, the network where that connector is available. Meteor, we only have the clam connector. So that clam connector supports the clam schema and the swap schema. This clam schema it defines the endpoints for adding and removing liquidity to a concentrated liquidity range pool. Right now, I'm only maintaining Raydium and Uniswap. So in the future, I'll probably look to have someone else in the community maintain Meteor and add to it. Maintaining these connectors and keeping them up to date is actually quite a lot of work. Ideally, we have someone dedicated from the community who for each connector in the code base. For these connectors, what each one does is it allows you to interact with the dexes in a standardized way. Jupiter supports the swap schema only. You can't add liquidity. You can only swap through Jupiter. So Jupiter only has two endpoints, quote swap and execute swap. Raydium AMM also has the same endpoints, and the request and response schemas for these two are identical. The response here, this says how much would it cost me to swap from 1 Sol to 0.01 Sol USDC, and this is a quote given by Jupiter. Notice that there's the estimated amount in, versus the minimum, maximum amount in, and also the estimated amount out, and the minimum amount out. I allow users to now add an API key. So if you do hit the limits, you can add an API key here for a paid plan. I'm going to show how to add a new token into Gateway, and so we can start automating operations on that token. Vibecoin.fun, and then the symbol is RIC, 6 decimals, and the address, which is probably the most important thing. Okay, so now we should be able to access the RIC token in Solana. I should be able to see the balance for that token by running the balance command. It shows my RIC balance. So we see our RIC token. We also see some Solana. Try to use the Jupiter connector to try to buy or sell. Let's go ahead and sell some RIC. So here like this. So that one did work. So I did sell some RIC. We can also look up the signature in SolScan and get more details about it. 100 RIC for USDC like this. Now we can go and try to use Hummingbot to try to do the same thing and try to fetch price data and also automate trades on Gateway. As you recall, we're going to use this Raydium pool. This Sol USDC pool is the Raydium pool here. So let's go ahead and selling 0.01 Sol. And so that, according to Raydium, is 1.5757. So we can go and execute. So we're selling. So we did sell some. Now we verified that this one works. Let's go ahead and use this in Hummingbot now. I recommend the first thing you should do is use the sample scripts to test how it works. So these are found in the scripts directory. And so we have 3 sample scripts you can use with DEXs right now. Those are AMM data feed, AMM price, and then AMM trade. Let's go ahead and create a data feed from the Raydium pool and just try to have something that can track this price over time. It's basically just hitting this quote swap endpoint and it's generating data feed. Let's go ahead and use Hummingbot. So we can look in the script directory and we can see this AMM data feed example here. To set it up, we can go to Hummingbot and let's use the create script config command, and we can pass in AMM data feed example. So first we want to pass it the connector name, pass in Raydium CLMM on chain Solana. That's right. Network made a beta. So yeah, I'll just use 1. I'll use Sol USDC, and then I'll save that as an example. And I'll call it example 530. 0530, which is today's date. This will help us find it later on. After we do that, we can already see the file that was generated, the conf directory, and we can go to scripts and we can see there's a new file called AMM data feed example 0530. And so this has the connector, the chain, the network, and so forth. And these parameters match what the script expects. So scripts, you can also add your own scripts and define your own parameters very easily here. Okay, so yeah, it is running some swap quotes. So we run status live. We can see that the data feed is being generated. Yeah, so it is fetching the price. So here we do have the generated data feed. Let's go ahead and try this one, this AMM trade example. We'll do the same thing, and we'll create the script config, and we'll use the AMM price example one. As I mentioned, we'll use the same one again, Raydium CLNM on Solana, on main and beta, Sol USDC, and for the price, let's just go 160, and then when the price is above, so yeah, basically I want it to be trade when the price is above. So I'll do true, and then we do want to buy or sell. Let's do sell. I think so. We can sell some of the Solana that we just bought. Okay, so or amount 0.01. Yes. Okay, so let's try that, and then we'll put 0530 for today's date, just like before. We should be able to see our new one, which is AMM trade example. Here we go, and let's try and run. So now it's going to try it. So getting the quote, getting the price. The price is 158. So actually, now it's actually doing the right thing because I told it to buy when the price is above 160, and so right now the price is not above 160. It's 159. And so actually, let's go ahead and stop it. Let me set this to 158. We should actually see a buy immediately because the price has triggered. Mission accomplished, I guess. Today, I think we at least established that we can use Gateway to fetch prices and execute trades on a few different exchanges. So hopefully you can start playing around with that at least. To try to see if you can automate something on your computer running a bot. Thank you for joining, and I will see you next week.